Welcome back to This or That with Kobe and Jatt. The NALCS is wide open. We got 8 teams within 1 game of each other. 6 lives on This or That we've never seen.
Yes, we do.
I'm more sure we're gonna get these right than I am about who's gonna win next week in the NALCS.
Your predictions? Your predictions a little tenuous?
It's hard. Slide number 1 on This or That with Kobe and Jatt. Better NA mid laner, Poe Belter or Huhi, who recently got his green card and is now an NA mid laner?
That's right, our big news. He is now, well, is he fully considered an NA mid laner? I think they have to go through League Ops first,
yeah,
but he
so
has his green card.
I heard that as of the new roster submission, he will no longer be considered an import, so it starts now.
I think as soon as he gets it,
he has it.
It's gonna be Huhi. As soon as we have full confirmation. The Aurelion Soul, he's had so many, specific picks, but also over the years, his individual play has gotten so much better.
Huhi has played 8 unique picks in the 8 games that he's played so far. I think if you asked this question 3 months ago, I would have easily said Poe Belter. I think his spring split was much better. But based on
Rift
current
Rivals.
trajectories right now, I think Huhi is the better NA mid laner. So that's that. Slide number 2. More annoying, Fiddlesticks Darkwind or Zoe's Sleep in Trouble Bubble?
100% Zoe. If you
Are you
ever start the question with more annoying, or that's just the whole question.
Have you played against
The
this?
answer's gonna be Zoe. Yes.
Did you play ARAMs
I've
against
played it.
Fiddlesticks?
Fiddlesticks has been in the game for 5 years, Jatt.
It's this, man.
This is
You
not
can bring
convincing.
Cleanse, you can get a Morgana, you can have all this stuff.
That's not even the most annoying part about Fiddlesticks. It's the fear.
He's annoying.
That's more annoying.
Fiddle is actually very annoying. It's just no one was playing him before.
All right, there's no way we're convincing each other.
Yeah, I think Zoe's a champion.
Sleepy Trouble Bubble is way more annoying.
I'm more annoyed by the cues.
Because you see your death coming, and then you can't do anything about it and you get frozen. So, yeah, we disagree.
Agree to disagree. Slide number 3. Who is in last place after week 5? Cloud9 or Optic Gaming? The 2 teams who are not within 1 game of first place. They're both 2-8.
I'm gonna go with Optic. Reaper said that they aren't gonna make any more changes to the roster because they are so close to summer finals. Now, they might still make changes, but that's what he said in the last interview that he did with Inven Global.
So he's saying Smoothie is just not gonna play. It's gonna be Zazel the rest of the split. Or does he mean we're not gonna put anyone new on the starting roster, but anyone who started previously can also be on the starting roster?
He said, I think it was like probably, I don't know about what the exact translation was, but he said probably we won't be making, many changes because they have to win all the games. It makes sense, right?
They do.
They have to win all games now to make it into playoffs and get into the gauntlet.
Technically, Optic does as well, and based on how good C9 has looked in some of the early games, and because of how close they have been
Since
to
they have
victories,
Sneaky, I think they have looked a lot better.
his AD carry play in that loss to COG was super good. I'm gonna say this, I think Optic, it's not their split. Slide number 4.
You didn't read the question then.
What was it?
It was who's more likely,
To be last.
To be last.
Optic.
Yeah. So you gotta change, you mean that.
Go for
There
it.
are rules. There's literally only like 1 rule, 2 rules to this game.
6-minute cooldown on teleport. Are you an Ignite or a teleport top laner?
100% Ignite. I would already go Ignite. Tryndamere, look for the crit, Ignite, all in. Honestly though, with an extra minute added on teleport, for all of you out there for solo queue, Ignite is gonna be a better choice. 100%.
Just the 1 minute.
100%. There's no way that in solo queue, your bottom lane play is gonna give you more value than having the lane dominance of Ignite. It already has a higher win rate overall for Platinum and above. So I think for solo queue, this is gonna be your choice. For competitive, very real reasons to still have teleport,
I think a lot of times with teleport, the ability to just keep pressure up in lane and knowing how to play around that pressure, as well as threaten other lanes, still makes it the better choice. But I mean, if you're saying even before the cooldown was increased by a minute, Ignite was better, I can't argue with that. So it's red.
Jack can't argue with stats. That's his secret weakness.
It's kind of true.
Boom.
Unless you have a bad stat. Better early MVP candidate, Doublelift or Dardoch?
Ooh.
This is a good
Dardoch has been so good, but even though Team Liquid have lost some games in dramatic fashion, I don't think they have been, for the most part, Double's fault. So he also still is in very good standing as far as MVP candidacy.
You want to hear my theory on MVP voting?
Sure.
There is so much voter fatigue and people taking previous votes into account when they pay it forward. This happened in basketball. I think the current year where James Harden won MVP, he was actually more deserving of MVP the year before and less deserving this year.
Let's keep it to League of Legends.
So much has been made about Doublelift not winning MVP against Rush and not winning MVP last split when Afremu did and all these other things that if Doublelift's even in the conversation this year, he's gonna win it.
Really?
I believe
Even with
that.
so much hype, especially after Rift Rivals of Dardok's individual performance.
I think Dardok has been great. I think both these guys are good early MVP candidates, but if the purpose of saying an early MVP candidate is who's like more likely to win, Doublelift is way more likely to win.
All right, I'm on board. This.
Right, Doublelift.
Next slide. NALCS and Heimerdinger. Do we suck at playing it? Or do we suck at playing against it? Or both?
But which
Honestly,
one is more like?
Yeah, I think this one holds more weight because Definitely had a pretty good performance. I mean, we had Arrow's performance, which was extremely poor, but we also have had a couple decent performances, whereas against Heimerdinger, we got blasted from Rift Rivals. We were 0-7 versus Heimerdinger or H-Hawks.
We did, but Yarn had been playing that stuff for years. And you said Definitely played it. He won with Heimerdinger. He's the only dude who knows how to play it.
That's what I'm saying. It was
I
good.
think it's this. I think it's more that we suck playing it than we suck playing against it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's not like, oh, we didn't know that the E stunned. Like, no, it's the execution. I
No, all the pro players are complaining about Heimerdinger. They literally said they're forfeiting at 1 second if there's a Heimerdinger on the enemy team.
I mean, he's
So
also
I'm
really
sticking
strong.
with
But the
this.
reason we don't win with him is because we suck with playing it.
Also, all of the bottom lane players have come out and they're like, I hate Heimerdinger. Just remove him from the game. They don't want to play him either.
It's because they're not good at it, Kobe. That's why. It's the never-ending question of sucking at it or sucking against it. You never really know.
Yeah, suck at it, suck against it.
Yeah. Why don't we just not suck? Let's do that. For once.
Hey!
I think that's the solution on this or that. Thank you once again. Tweet questions that we're not going to read because we've never seen these before, but use the hashtag this or that to let us know what you think. Vote on our own stuff. We do like Instagram stories now with like pictures that move towards it on LOL Esports. And
Yeah, and on Esports Jatt and Esports Kobe.
we're trying to be really socially aware of what's happening in the space.
Trying to be more social.